Good evening. Before we start, I'd like to ask you all a simple question. How many of you all have already graduated from high school? Great. Well, then you kind of relate to my topic today. The purpose of me speaking in front of you today is to inform you about the declining quality of public education in the United States. Well, let's think for a while. Let's go back to a time when you guys were attending high school. Now let's think about attending school in this time. Could you relate the quality from when you were in school to the quality of the education that is given now? Well, I was walking through a grocery store the other day and I read a magazine and it read, many countries are surpassing the United States educationally. And I thought to myself, why is this happening? What are the causes and how would this affect the U.S. as a whole? Also, why should we as U.S. citizens try hard to put an end to this? Well, this led me to do further research about the topic, and I came up with some conclusions myself. The first, as you can see, is the U.S. lacked qualifying teachers. I know when I was in school, there were some teachers that weren't qualified to teach the subject areas that they teach. Therefore, the school used to send home letters to the parents saying, this teacher is not qualified to teach this subject to your child. However, they still let them in the classroom. The second point is parents not pushing their children enough and children not being motivated to go to school. According to motivationmatters.com, 40% of students in the U.S. in grade school lacks the motivation they need to push and go to school. Motivation starts at an early age. How can we expect our children to be motivated to go to school if we as parents don't motivate them from the start of birth? Moving along, I thought, what are the effects of this? Well, according to a chart I found from the U.S. Washington Post, more than 1,000 Chinese students graduate in subjects such as engineering and electronics. Also, the U.S. does not rank within the top 10 in the key subjects such as science. As we all know, STEM subjects are an important subject for us in the U.S. If we can't rank in the top 10 of those, we're basically unable to compete with other countries and being educationally ready to compete with them, basically. Also, Americans will be less qualified for the workforce if we don't get the quality education and background we need from the start. While the other countries such as China, Italy, and countries like that, they're getting the quality education they need to go on and be ready to compete in the workforce, unlike us U.S. citizens. Third, other countries surpassing the United States. If this continues to go on, many countries will surpass us, therefore saying we'll no longer rank number one in education, number one economically, or basically number one in anything, because everything starts with education. In conclusion, I would like for you to think about this for a minute. Imagine being in California at Silicon Valley, sitting down for a job interview next to a Chinese applicant. Now, Silicon Valley is the top technology place of the world, and it's located in California. Well, imagine you being just as qualified as that Chinese person. But however, when you go into the interview, they come out and tell you that they decide to go with the Chinese because they know that he has a better and stronger educational background starting from grade school.